Hello and welcome everybody to the BHR JenMar Mangement series live here tonight from the lovely Charlotte Motor Speedway for race number 8 of the BHR JenMar Mangement series. Early in qualifying here. And not too much time left for these guys to turn a quick lap here. Again, race number 8, the All-Stars. We're going to see a lot of good looking sharp patriotic paint schemes out here tonight as you look at the 80 machine. Nice patriotic paint scheme. Got Ryan Flanagan. And number 2, not but auto parts, patriotic. Number 8, trying to see sporting a Budweiser US Army paint scheme. Got the number 22 right there, Andrew Singleton. And the paint scheme, number 7 as well. Austin Johnson. Got number 1 of Ryan Worley. 45 different price. This is the 48 of Stephen Gale's been sporting Jimmy Johnson paint schemes all season, and I can say I personally made this paint scheme for him. So the Power of Pride 2001 car. We made it quickly before the race started, so don't judge it too much. But looks pretty good. Power of Pride. So again, Jimmy Johnson was running that car in real life at Phoenix, and he actually had his first career start right here at Charlotte, so it kind of makes sense. But, guys, about to finish up qualifying here. It is almost complete here. Got the dilly-dilly and the number 4 machine. He absolutely kills the wall off turn 4. So about to wrap things up here. 4 machine has turned over. And that will do it right now for qualifying, so. These guys set a grid up here behind the iRacing.com official pace car. I'm going to take you here in just a second for your LCTV starting grid. Race number 8, the All-Star here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 160 laps on this 1.5 mile track that these guys will be facing here tonight. As most of the guys to grid up here, so I'm going to take you through the LCTV starting grid here for tonight's BHR General Management Series race. So, starting on the pole, Austin Johnson, the number 7 machine with a 28.959. Was that side Angel Singleton with a 29 flat. That's pretty hard to accomplish there. And that was 22 machine starting in in row number 2, trying to seat in number 8, and to the outside, number 1 machine of Ryan Worley. Starting in row number 3, we have Ryan Flanagan in the 2 car. On his outside, George Garcia in the 50. And right behind him, you have Russell Candy starting in P7, Will of Road Armor on his outside. Row 5 here tonight, starting in P number 9 is Kirk Mills and the number 4 machine. Then to his outside, you have the number 45 machine of Jeffrey Price. And then starting in 12th place, you have number 48 of Stephen Gale, rounding out your field for tonight's race. These guys start to grid up here. And they start to roll off of the grid. Quickly take a look at your track info here for Charlotte Motor Speedway. 1.45 miles to be specific. 65-degree track temperature located in Concord, North Carolina. And I, of course, want to say Concord because I live in New Hampshire, but, you know. It's Concord. Honestly, it makes more sense to me, so. Take a look at track weather for tonight's race. 65-degree air temperature, wind direction 1 mile an hour to the north, 0% humidity, 0% fog. And clear, sunny, or not only sunny, but clear, moonlit skies, I guess you could say. I'm smart. That's the sun right there, okay? So you can't blame me, but hopefully we get some good racing here. Setup, I tested it. It's pretty interesting. It's the fixed iRacing setup for these cars, so no custom setups. So nobody has an advantage like last week, Ryan Worley. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how this one goes, but hopefully it's a good race and see some good old night racing here as pace car. I'm going to have turned down onto pit lane and get us fired up here and ready to start the All-Star. Pace car is on pit road. Number 7 machine Austin Johnson. This is the green flag. Green flag's out and away here from the All-Star and BHR JenMar Management Series. Great start, but another sub-machine. We'll get clear of Andrew Singleton on the outside and move up into P number 1 and hold on to that spot for now as they work their way a few turns 1 and 2. Looks like trying to see it on the low side, trying to get around the 22. Andrew Singleton now for that second position. Ryan Flanagan to follow suit. They'll sink up that straightaway. Almost with contact right there. Very close racing for these guys here. Side to side still for a second. Andrew Singleton and Trenton Sneed door to door is what the way now into turn number 1. Still side by side they are. Right, Flanagan gonna follow the 22 machine on the outside. And short runs is kind of either lane works out well, but the long runs, the top lane is just so much faster. It's so hard to pass here at Charlotte. Once again, old tires. Looks at the 22 machine. Andrew Singleton actually hold on to that P number 2 spot. Into the number 22, Ryan Flanagan now goes to the outside of Trenton Sneed for third. With Ryan Worley trying to find a lane to get around these guys in directly behind him. So looks like number 2, Ryan Flanagan will get that podium spot there in P number 3. Ryan Worley now going to try to find a way around an 8 machine of Trenton Sneed. Looks to the inside, we're going to see if he can get enough run to get down there. Won last week at Thompson. Oh, caution flag comes out. That was the first caution flag of the night, and it's out for 48 of Stephen Gale getting tore up here. Started it all the way back in the last and looked at the left side. It's damaged the number 48 machine. Take a look back at what happened to that lowest power of Pride Chevrolet. Looks like contact with George Garcia, actually. Looks like there's a couple of incidences here. Looks like George Garcia was on the outside, just got tight, got on the outside wall, being the outside of the 4 of Kirk Mills. He then gets into the 4 of Kirk Mills, right hooks him into the wall, for Price, then T-bones the 50 machine. So hard contact for all of them, and there comes Stephen Gale, gets run over by the 80 of Russell Caney. Man, oh man. We're on board now with the number 80 machine of Russell Caney right here. And he's gonna come off turn 4. He sees the wreck up ahead and it just doesn't lift. Full send it and right in the back of Stephen Gale. That's all it takes. Look at these guys have finally fast repairs. They're gonna easily get their cars fixed, come back out here, continue on racing. So that's good news for them, of course. But yeah, Stephen Gale had no idea that was gonna happen. He was kind of just cruising along. Sees it right up ahead of him, checks up, does a great job not to get involved in it. Obviously gets completely plowed into behind by Russell Caney, but we're going to go on board now with the number 50 machine, George Garcia. That's what started this whole incident, is him getting tight, plowed into the outside wall, comes off the wall, actually gets the back of the 4, the 45 then hits him, and they both go on the outside wall, and you see the contact between the 48 and 80 machine right there. As I'm going to go back live now here. Looks like nobody will actually pit here. So you see Stephen Gale, though, he'll get... actually, he did not use a fast repair. Looks like he may have tried getting some optional damage fixed. Not really significant damage. The only significant thing, I think, honestly, on that car is the spoiler being kind of propped up in the air just a bit. It's not the best, but I don't think it's going to hurt him too badly. He has some left side door damage and corner panel damage, but other than that, it's pretty much fine. So, if you want to save your fast repairs, no better time to do it than now, as actually the pace car lights are already out, ready to go back. Green flag here. She's trying to catch the field, so we're going to go green flag here. Once again, from Charlotte. Caution did not take long at all. So, 5 laps in the books, and currently the number 7 machine has led all of those 5. You see the people who pitted right there. Ryan Worley actually getting on pit road. George Garcia, Kirk Mills, Russell Caney, Stephen Gale, of course, all headed in on pit road. As pace car will have Gonna make that hard left turn back onto pit lane here and get these guys loose once again. Ross Johnson lead the field to the green flag.
Green flag.
Green flag is out our way here once again from Charlotte. A bit of a sack on the inside lane. Ryan Flanagan maybe accidentally going a little bit too early. Had to check up. Got the inside lane a little bit stacked up right there, but nobody got any damage out of it. Nothing significant. So now the 7 machine, Ross Johnson, for power to the race lead with 22. Andrew Singleton, though, right in his rear bumper. We're going to see what happens here. Going into turn 3 to 22. Trying to make a move. As we go try to stay in line behind him, actually, for now. Goes right on that white line. Using up as much as the grip in the tires as possible. Oh! Slicing and dicing in the back of the field. The 850 machine, the 45, and the 37 almost all making contact right there in the trial, but they all made it work, and they're going to continue on going here. As now Kirk Mills working his way back into the field to get involved in the incident. Gets there on the outside, Jeffrey Price, and he's now behind George Garcia, so all 3 of those cars involved in that accident. George Garcia trying to now go underneath the 37 machine for that position. We're really now working underneath Trenton Sneed for, looks like 4th position. Up front. Pretty close racing here for the race leaders. There comes Andrew Singleton, the run to the inside, off turn 4. Did he have enough momentum to make the run successful here and get on the front stretch? It does not look like he does as of yet. And to try to here in 1 and 2, and look to the inside once again here. Andrew Singleton right there on the rear bumper, tucked up behind number 7 of Austin Johnson. The 22, he's running a little bit faster right here on the short run. However, he's chewing his tires up quickly. And that will cost him some time if we continue to have a long run here. His out 10 laps are complete here from Charlotte. But if we go quite a ways here on this run, you're going to see the 22 fall way back as his tires start to fall off. So, got to be careful to push the car too hard. But, of course, when you're right there in second, right in the leader, you just want that lead. You want to be in control of the race. And we all understand that. But also got to be careful not to burn his tires up. But, currently right there on the rear bumper of Austin Johnson for the race lead, so definitely knows what he's doing. It's Ryan Flanagan all by himself right now in the 3rd. What a nice clean race so far. Already has moved up to the high side, so you're going to see the high side work for quite some time here, once again a long run especially, so he's already up on the outside lane. As I see Ryan Worley still on the inside trying to gain time on him. Ryan Flanagan just head off turn 4. So we're going to let Ryan Worley get to his inside here for that podium spot. We're going to see what happens here. The 1 machine, the 2 machine. Looks like Ryan Worley has hit that spot. As he goes to the inside, he's going to slide up in front of the 2 here off of turn 2. And he'll move himself up into P number 3. As they're already starting to see that 22 machine fall off behind the 7. Again, kind of mentioned that he might be kind of shooting his tires up, and that's exactly what's been happening to him now, so. 3/10 of a second gap now between first and second place as Ryan Worley continuing to try to gain some ground right there back in that third position. As Ryan Flanagan still holding on to number 4 in that number 2 machine. Price getting involved on that latest accident. He's worked his way all the way up into P number 5, doing a great job. And that number 45 machine, currently 2.5 seconds, or yeah, about 2.5 seconds back now, currently from the race leader, Austin Johnson. So he's doing a nice job of staying consistent. He too has moved up to the top lane already, following the number 2 machine. So just kind of staying constant here. It looks like actually about 0.3 of a second gap between first, second. About 1 second gap between second and third, and so forth. So pretty consistent here. These guys are running. So you see the number 4 machine, Kirk Mills, another job involved in an accident along with the 80 of Russell Caney. So those guys line up right here. You all got involved in an accident on lap 4, or lap 3 technically. Currently 5th, 6th, and 7th. They have Trenton Steed right now in 8th. Where's Garcia, who's the first car to get turned around, or get the kind of was kicked. I don't want to say started, but oh, it hits out the wall again off turn 4. Pancakes the wall. Is going to dent in a lot of the right side. It's going to be a good 10 seconds or so of optional repair, at least. And it's going to hurt his aerodynamics just a bit here in the handling of the car. So he's got to be careful not to do that again, of course. But as I mentioned, he hit the outside wall earlier and on the outside of Kirk Mills and ended up bouncing off the wall into Kirk Mills, hooking him around. And then Stephen Gale getting run over pretty much by Russell Caney, of course, in an accident. But when laps completed, as you see Stephen Gale with that damage from the accident right there, currently in 10th place. And you have Will Rodomer currently in 11th place, the last car in the race. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yep, last car in the race. And so the 22 machine has caught the number 7 of Austin Johnson. I was talking about the 22 maybe burn his tires up and will fall back. I must eat my words at this moment in time because that 22 has caught that 7 in a hurry here. Is now all the rear bumper of him challenging for the race lead. There it comes, the big run to the inside. Up to his door, side by side, down by straightaway they go, but he's not going to be able to really pass the inside. He's going to have to go to the outside, but that's where the 7 is currently running, so it's only going to be hard for him to do so. It's another huge run off turn 4, but really nowhere to go at the current moment. They get around that carnage race at number 7. Side by side for the race leader. There's a 22 now underneath the 7. So side by side, looks like Austin Johnson will lose the race lead for the first time here tonight to Andrew Singleton, that number 22 machine. So he's going to get up front, going to lead his first lap this time by. As long as I go, oh, he clips the apron. He clips the apron and slides way up the racetrack. Now there's Austin Johnson to go back down low to take over the race lead. And across the finish line is 7 will lead that time by. And he's going to get back the race lead. 22 had the spot, and then he accidentally got a little bit too far down on the track, clipped the left side a little bit too low, and got onto the apron, causing his car wash way up the racetrack. Then it cost him a considerable amount of time here, as now he's going to fall back behind the 7 machine and now by 2:10. So tough break for that number 22, Andrew Singleton. Finally got the race lead away, as Ryan Flanagan has now moved up into P number 3, passing Ryan Worley. So I guess running the top lane for the long time right there. Really paid off for the 2 Ryan Flanagan. He's not going to go back to that podium spot once again. As now, the 7 Austin Johnson got on the apron just a bit right there as well. As Andrew Singleton going to continue to try to make a run for this race lead. So all the 28 laps, now 29 laps completed so far in this one. We're going to see if he can lead the rest of the way. And holding off that number 22 machine, Andrew Singleton, who has a huge run down the front straightaway. He's going to lift a little bit earlier and gets a better corner exit. So notice he lifts early as the stud kind of charges in the corner. He lifts early, but then gets a big run off the corner. So actually the 7 down to block just a bit. On corner exits, they're going to apply anger. The 22 machine, Andrew Singleton, just a bit, but he's going to fall to the inside right next to that white line. Going to try to get another good run right here off of turn 4. So 7 will lead his time by at the stripe once again. This is going to continue to stay clear of the 22 for now with just 30 laps completed. So 130 laps of racing left to go here. My apologies for that. I didn't realize I didn't have everything open there. As there goes Andrew Singleton back to the inside. Austin Johnson. He got tight off turn 4. 7 will lead this time by at the stripe. But can he hold off the 22 machine? He has the preferred lane. Looks like he actually might let him go right there. Can't quite tell. 22 gets very sideways into the turn number 1. But I think Austin Johnson actually got off the gas to let Andrew Singleton go. He didn't want to wreck or anything. And just pretty early on in the race, of course, still. And he knows he's a pretty fast race car. No need to tear it up. So he's going to continue to ride right now in second place. So first lead change of the night finally will go to number 22 machine, Andrew Singleton. So he'll get his first lap of the night here. And running a pretty consistent and considerably different line than number 7 machine of Austin Johnson. Kind of enters a little bit early or lifts off the gas a little bit early on the entry. Kind of lets the car just kind of roll a little bit longer, and then goes down to the bottom and gets back on the throttle and gets a pretty good run off the corner as Ryan Flanagan falling back a bit from the race leaders, but he's gotten back to 3rd place and has hold on to it. It's now Russell Caney as she gets a run in a rolling machine of Ryan Worley for that 4th position. So number 80, Russell Caney, get involved in that accident. Was all the way back in the last when he was involved in that accident. Now moves up into P number 4, but he's still got to try to hold off Ryan Worley here. So side by side out by straightaway. Pretty much even. He's now worked their way into turn 3. The 80 has been for a lane, beat on the outside lane. You see the guy on the inside just gets so tight, wash up the racetrack, and you have to roll out of throttle to keep him spinning the guy on your outside. So that's exactly what happened right there. That's 3.5 seconds back. 3.7 seconds back now. Is our 2 machine Ryan Flanagan from the race leader, Andrew Singleton, but just running that 3rd spot. So he's now Trenton Sneed trying to get around the 45 of Jeffrey Price for that 5th position there. Or excuse me, 6th position. Trenton Sneed actually will go pretty hard in the corners. Jeff Price actually will come down pit road. Gotta make sure he wasn't speeding. I'm not quite sure if he was or wasn't. It was definitely very close. Jeffrey Price would be the first. Oh, we got a car. George Garcia into the outside wall. As it looks like Kirk Mills actually is already pitted, so looks like that's that right there. We're going to take a look back at what happened to this number 50 machine right here. Number 50, George Garcia got into the outside wall. Not quite sure if he misjudged her, if there was contact. Looks like He's right in front of the 48 of Stephen Gale, and he just misjudges the corner, got on the outside wall right there on the front straightaway. And that'll cause him some more right side damage. That's what we already saw earlier, but it looks like he'll actually head to pit road now. He's running Flanagan out of 3rd place. He'll pit for service here. Jeff Price getting off of pit road. So we got quite a few guys still left not to pit here at Angel Singleton. Austin Johnson, still these guys have to pit. Ryan Worley, Russell Caney, Trenton Seaton, number 8 U.S. Army Chevrolet. Got Stephen Gale. The 48 number low. He hits the outside wall, spins it into the grass. Manages to keep the car straight. Great save. You're seeing these guys really struggle. I won't be surprised to see him come on pit road this time by. As Ryan Flanagan on the apron, coming off pit road, getting back up through the gears and up to speed. There's Kirk Mills, who already pitted, actually. He'll get ahead of the number 2 machine. That's how much fresh tire, that's how much time you gain by picking early, getting those fresh tires, taking advantage of everybody else being an old tire. So, Kirk Mills will now move way ahead of where he was track position-wise before. Steve Gale actually will not pit this time, but maybe trying to play some fuel strategy there. Not quite sure what exactly his plan is there entirely, but 15 George Garcia went down pit road as well. He got his car all fixed up, so he's back out here on track. It's Russell Caney and Ryan Worley continuing to battle here. Ryan Worley gets back around Russell Caney for that 3rd position now. What will be maybe 4th or 5th even. Not quite sure how it's all going to play out here. It's Ryan Flanagan now working around Stephen Gale, who's has yet to pit. Price as well. Also going to pit right here. He's 37 now. Will Rodarmer, he'll finally come down onto pit lane. Number 37 machine. Alright, Worley, Russell Caney continuing to have a hard battle. Oh, Russell Caney clips the grass. Pulls the Dale Jr. Does he save it? He's going to spin up the racetrack. And he's still saving it. He saves it. What a save. Russell Caney, I think, drifted the entire front stretch right there after clipping the infield grass right there and pulling Dale Jr. out of Texas. And while he does that, see right here, yeah, just misjudged a little bit, caught in the grass. That car's got his car upset. He then goes through the infield grass even more, goes back up on the racetrack. It's extremely sideways, just barely misses the wall, goes onto the apron, and then he powers out a little bit more, gets a little bit more, a few style points there, and then finally gets the car back going again. So that'll cost a lot of time, while it was definitely spectacular. And he gets the style points. It's going to cost quite a few time on track for racing positions, but he's going to fall out way behind the number 1 machine, of course. But he'll continue on. Trying to see now comes down onto pit lane. Number 8 Budweiser, U.S. Army McDonald Chevrolet. You see the guy still left the pit. The 22 Andrew Singleton needs to come down pit road for service. Number 7 Austin Johnson. The 1 machine of Ryan Worley. Kirk Mills has already pitted. 37 Will Rodarmer has already pitted. 2 Ryan Flanagan has already pitted. 80 Russell Caney needs that down pit road. Looks like he actually do that right now. Russell Caney going to check on the pit road because very sideways on entry. So he'll manage to make it though. 48 Stephen Gale still needs to come down for service. 8 machine trying to see just pitted. George Garcia has already pitted. So let's look at the guys who still need to pit for fuel and tires, of course. So they're still going to continue to stay out front here. He's not going to go onto the Jaguar cam here with him. Current race leader, Andrew Singleton. Not a ton of banking here at Charlotte, but definitely still there. And you go pretty fast in the straightaways here, upwards of 190 miles an hour in the Cup cars. And the Xfinity cars usually go about 180, 185, 190 at the most, but it's pretty rare.
Caution.
Oh, caution! That's going to hurt everybody who has yet to pit. Or, excuse me, hurt everybody who has pitted, as they're going to be trapped a lap down. So, caution flag comes out here. And I'm not sure if it's out for the 80 Russell Caney or somebody else. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to look back what happened here. Looks like 80 Russell Caney might actually... Yeah, he's got left side damage. Must be the number 80 entry here. So look back, what happened to him. Maybe he just spawned off pit road. We're going to see. Yep, that's exactly what happened. So A. Russell Candy was drifting on old tires and gets the new ones, and that's when he manages to spin himself out. But he, he likes the grass, gonna get the grass some more, hits the inside wall, unfortunately, and pretty much just loses. I'm actually pretty surprised that brought a caution out, as usually cars on the apron don't cause a caution. It's usually you have to be on the racetrack, but I guess iRace was nice to him. So that'll have been the caution flag out here. For only the second time tonight, so pretty good race so far here. As I'm going to on board with the number 80 machine here. Gets on the throttle, hits those bumps right there, and that's just the car gets a little bit sideways and indicates it while he goes. And caution flag's going to come out for that. So, he had a couple of spectacular saves going on pit road and on the track, and then leaving pit road is when he finally loses it. But it's like all these guys go with the waiver on it, actually. So that's going to help Trent Sneed, Jeffrey Price, George Garcia, Ryan Flanagan, Bill Rodarmer. These guys all getting waiver rounds. Stephen Gale was not one of the ones who pitted, so he'll not come to pit road and get his service done. Kirk Mills. Okay, wave around. Ryan Worley, Andrew Singleton, Austin Johnson. These guys did not go down pit road, so they will now sort themselves all out here and pit and whatnot. But the second caution flag of the night. We're going to take this opportunity now to go under a quick commercial break. So I'll go right back.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero.
Michael Live here to Charlotte Most Ready for Race Marie, the BHR JenMar Management Series, the All-Star here. Calling under the second caution flag of the night. About to go back. Green flag racing here on lap number 50. Pace car with the hoof thrown down onto the pit lane. Austin Johnson once again lead the field to the green flag. Green flag is flying right away here. And on the gas, it's 22. Andrew Singleton and a great restart. Best restart we've seen anybody on the outside lane get. So unfortunately for him though, on fresh tires, the inside lane is the preferred grooves, who's going to be kind of stuck here, trying to hold on to second place. Ryan Worley, as these guys all shake it out here. Side by side, Ryan Worley as the 22, Andrew Singleton Looks like he has a slight advantage of the number 1 machine here down the front straightaway, but he's still not quite clear yet. Jump to the inside lane, so he's going to be still around the outside. As Trenton Sneed and Kirk Mills side by side directly behind them for 5th. They're still side by side for 2nd. And it looks like Kirk Mills pick up that spot from Trenton Sneed. And now Will looks like he has the advantage over Andrew Singleton, but maybe not. Andrew Singleton going to fight back on the outside. Kirk Mills looks like... Oh gosh, the flag comes out once again here. So the 48 of Stephen Gale and the 80 of Russell Caney once again here. They both wreck here coming off turn 4. Take a look back at what happened to the numbers 48 and 80 machines here. Russell Caney, considering his style of points, was trying to at least before it all went around on him. He got loose going off turn 4, and he accidentally turned right to go left, and that did obviously not lay help cases. So Russell Caney going to get very sideways off turn 4, actually overcorrects just a bit. So it's back up, makes a hard right back up the racetrack, head on to the outside while he goes, slides down through the grass some more. And then nowhere for Stephen Gale to go as he doesn't really lock it up, trying to get back going again. And Stephen Gale thought he could get around the outside, and all of a sudden 80 machine rolled up right up into him. So tough break for number 48. Once again, as Stephen Gale, as looks like now he'll officially have to use a fast spare. But again, these guys have quite a few fast spares, so no big deal. You see a hard hit with the 80, goes to the top lane, all of a sudden 80 rolls right there, check into him, and T-bones him, and causes significant damage on the number 48 machine of Stephen Gale, but nevertheless, he'll pit along with everybody else here. Looks like Andrew Singleton lead the field to the green. The pit road actually is Austin Johnson and Ryan Worley both stay out. Number 7 and 1 machine. So looks like they'll actually both decide to not take any tires or fuel. They'll both stay out as everybody else in the field going on pit road. So it's Ryan Fleming not going to his pit stall. Trenton Sneed, Andrew Singleton. Trenton Sneed overshoots his stall just a bit. It's going to hurt him just a hair there on the pit stops there. As off pit road first is the 22 Andrew Singleton, Jeffrey Price, Kirk Mills. First to third. They have Trenton Sneed, George Garcia, Stephen Gale, Russell Caney. And looks like they'll also be getting some damage fix potential. Looks like that's 37 machine roll road armor overall off of pit road. Actually, looks like two Ryan Fleming are continuing to stay in his box. Now he rolls off pit road. So I'm not quite sure what exactly happened there, but we're going to see if we can't get a word in here with your current race leader here, Austin Johnson. Austin Johnson, got a copy?
Yes, I do.
So, Austin, you currently find yourself in the race leader with one machine Ryan Roller directly behind you. However, we saw some different strategy there. We saw third place, so Andrew Singleton on back, all pit for tires and fuel. Do you feel like you still have a chance of holding on to race leading, or what's your plan here?
Yeah, my tires aren't that old. I think it was only like a 5-lap run before the caution came back out, so I'm not really worried about the tires.
Yeah, we've seen, speaking of tires, we've seen the tire fall off be pretty significant here so far. We've seen the Highline kind of come into play once we get on that long green flag run. You feel like it's extremely hard to pass here on the bottom, even under green flag conditions, because it's just so much better on the outside?
Yeah, a little bit, but once you get to older tires, it's a lot harder than it is with fresh tires.
Alrighty, we're going to let you go here, Austin, and collect on race.
Thank you.
As your current race leader, Austin Johnson in the number 7 machine. As IRC.com official Ford Mustang pace car, gonna go back down onto pit lane and let these guys loose one more time. Again, front row, stay out. Green flag's out, run away once again from Charlotte. Great restart with a 22 inches of Singleton, one machine. Everybody pretty much having a great jump right there. It's that 22 inches of Singleton with those 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles. Gonna get a huge run through turns 1 and 2. Gets around the one machine of Ryan Worley for second. As Ryan Worley going to try to cross him over here. Going to turn. Oh, they're wrecking behind him. Kirk Mills goes around. They're wrecking. Also, Caney. Oh, hard hit for Stephen Gale. Upside down. Barrel roll goes Stephen Gale. It's going to continue to tumble here. As it looks like he actually gets stuck on his roof. It's going to force him to get towed. So that'll cost him a lot of time. Tough break for him. You see George Garcia, Kirk Mills all tore up. Jeffrey Price with a lot of damage. Ryan Flanagan, Kick Whittel. Looks like his car is unscathed actually. Looks like he may have missed Russell Caney quite a bit of damage. Will Rodomer with a bit of damage. Majority of the field got taken out. That right there, the big one here at Charlotte. And we all know the saying, cautions breed cautions. We ran a long green flag run, including some pit stops. And all of a sudden, now we have a bunch of wrecks, pretty much. So it looks like just a lot of movement by these guys here. You saw that the 22 kind of slapped the racetrack in front of the one machine around Worley. Ryan went to go try to pull a crossover back then low. You see Kirk Mills. Oh, you see, yeah, Jeffrey Price just didn't know he was in the back of the number 4 machine. Gets in the rear corner panel of Kirk Mills. He then tries to turn hard left to keep it off the wall. Goes back down the track. It's T-boned by the 45 machine. Left side's back up the racetrack. Looks like nobody actually hit him. However, they had a whole separate wreck. As you see the barrel roll in number 48 machine of Stephen Gale. So we're going to see exactly how the second wreck kind of started. You see the 45, the 50 right there, and it looks like the 45 slowed down from the contact. The 50 got in the back room. Then the 45 Jeffrey Price goes up the racetrack into the 80 of Russell Caney. Steve Gale does a great job to miss the spinning number 4 machine checking up. However, all of a sudden, Jeffrey Price ends up going down the racetrack. It's right under the corner panel of Stephen Gale. He just shoots up straight towards the wall, head on, at the worst possible angle. Then gets hit by the 50 George Garcia, which sends him over. He's going to continue to tumble here. Tumbles over once, twice, 3 times, 4 times before landing onto his roof, and it has to tow back to pit road. So, a really tough break there for the 48 Stephen Gale, trying to make it through. However, the number 2 machine of Ryan Flanagan, he was actually successful in making it through the wreck. See him right here behind the number 48 machine of Stephen Gale. He starts to see the contact, the wreck, and then dives into the inside of George Garcia, misses the 45 and 48, does a great job to make it through unscathed. So, great job by Ryan Flanagan right there to make it through the accident. I'm going to go on board with the 48 of Stephen Gale, and I'm going to warn you here, you may end up getting sick on this one. To see the contact happen, he does a great job to miss everything, and all of a sudden he gets hit in the corner panel, and hard hit. Barrel rolls continuously for laying on his roof and to tow back to pit road, so... Take a look now from the chopper camera here. So he went up top and then tried to come back down low and just didn't realize he was right that close to him, I don't think. And then you see the contact after, and Stephen Gale brutally murdered pretty much. Just barrel rolls down the banking here at Charlotte. Don't see that too often. Anyhow, he's going to use a fast circuit back out here. His car's already kind of tore up. His car is in already with that green flag here from Charlotte.
Green flag.
Austin Johnson on the ladder pedal. Angel Singleton, another great restart on the outside lane. So side by side going into turn number 1. None of these guys pitted, I don't believe, but remember that 7-1 machine did not pit under the latest caution before this one, so it's going to be pretty tough for them to try to hold off with 22 Angel Singleton and everybody else who pitted along with 8 of Trenton Steed, as this time by will mark 100 laps to go here from Charlotte. 100 to go. Angel Singleton with those 4 fresh Mr. Feelgoods, as he's currently behind them with 7 machine right here of Austin Johnson, who's doing a pretty good job of, even with his old tires, kind of just hold on to the race car and hold on to this race lead. Oh, he pushed the car a little bit too much, so it's tight on corner exit. Here's Agent Singleton with a huge run. He's gonna blow to the inside, he's gonna blast past it pretty much here. And moving the number 22 machine back to the race lead. You saw the side kind of go a little bit too hard on corner entry, and it cost him on corner exit as he kind of got tight washed at the racetrack and let 22 down low underneath him. So here's Singleton back on point here. As now the battle is for third. Ryan really trying to hold off 8 of Trenton's speed. And those guys with those 4 fresh tires is Ryan really actually on the apron here. Looks like he'll hang on to the race car, but he'll now follow back to 4th place as it stands right now. It looks like as Will Romer going up through the field side by side now with Ryan Flanagan for 5th. Everybody pretty much battling here. 37 goes down and makes a little bit of contact with the 2 machine. More contact. Oh, right onto it. And they managed to save it. Great driving there by both those guys to save the race car. Not quite sure 37 is trying to side draft him or what there, but he definitely body slammed him pretty good there and caused him to get sideways, but he managed just to save it. So no harm, no foul really in the end. Trying to see actually will get around the outside of Ryan Worley. Gets extremely tight in turns 1 and 2, so look at that spot up. Drops back to 4th place under fire from Will Romer, Ryan Flanagan, George Garcia, all these guys right here. Really though, trying to get back, take a look underneath the 8 of trying to see, but can't quite get there. So it looks like he'll now finally, oh maybe not. I'm gonna say finally now fall in line behind the 8 and get comfortable, but he's gonna look to the inside once again here. It's pretty good run off turn 2. We're gonna see like he did it down the back straightaway, door to door. We're gonna try to take a 3 wide on the bottom. Here he goes. That's not gonna work. Oh, he stops at the racetrack. Very close, almost contact between Ryan Worley and Trenton Seed and Will Romer. But they all managed to make it work somehow. Ryan Flanagan now going to go around the 1 machine who lost 3 spots in that 1 corner. That was some crazy driving right there by the 37 Will Romer and everybody else. But they all did a great job not to collide and wreck. So great job there by everybody. It's Ryan Flanagan now all over the bumper of Will Romer. Going to try to look to the outside. Actually going to try to pull a crossover here. It looks like potentially to the inside of Will Romer. And it looks like he'll not be able to quite get there. So Ryan Worley again on those 4 old tires. Starting to fall back here pretty early. He's all the way back now to 6th place. And out of fire for that spot for George Garcia as that look to the outside in that Amp Energy Chevrolet. So we're side by side down the back straightaway. And into turn 3 here. Oh, Ryan Flanagan on the apron. That's not a racing line. Looks like he's going to wash way at the racetrack. He managed not to hit anything. It's a great job by him not to hit anything, but cost them 3 positions here. As it looks like he may lose another one here to Kirk Mills. That's getting passed by Ryan Worley and George Garcia. There you see Jeffrey Price behind him. Russell Caney and Steve Miguel have been battling and wrecking all night pretty much together. But, see, Austin Johnson has already fallen out half second behind race leader Angel Singleton. That's the difference between his 4 fresh tires and 4 old tires. Is Ryan Worley though trying to get around once again on the outside, or around Will Romer on that number 37 entry. As looks like he's gonna dive down low here. Tries to get a run but can't quite do it. Looks like he's going to fall back here. As long as George Garcia trying to find a way around that number 1 machine. Oh, looks like he may have... Oh, I thought he tagged the wall right there, but I think it was just that close to it. But next time by, mark 90 laps to go here as these guys are getting pretty racy. So, gotta be careful for sure. But, I'm really now looking at the inside once again. Will Romer, but can't quite get there. As we now have 90 laps to go here from Charlotte. Andrew Singleton currently out front. As in 10 laps will be officially halfway. So. There's Ryan Worley back underneath the 37 machine. Oh, there's contact. Sideways goes to one of Ryan Worley. Does he save it? Yes, he does. Great save. And then one machine, Ryan Worley right there. Looks like he'll just get the car back up here. Gets sideways. Let's look back at what happened right there. Looks like he just got tight off turn 4. Got into the outside car, which is 37 of Warhammer. You see, he just his corner ball goes for a bit of a slide, almost over cracks, but manages to get the car, goes through the grass, and keeps the car straight, pointing in the right direction. It's a great job of Ryan Worley right there. Yeah, another great save, it seems like. So, all the race cars now get its guys all bunched up once again. Kirk Mills behind Ryan Worley, Jeffrey Price, and Ryan Flanagan right there. Got a bit of a gap back to the number 48 machine of Stephen Gale. And then Russ Canyon that beat up number 80 machine directly behind him. So, there's a single thing going to continue to lead the way here for now. Once again, not too far from now. We'll mark halfway in this one, so. Interesting thing still up front here. So 28 laps so far. The other remaining laps led was the number 46 machine of Austin Johnson. These guys have been across the field, qualified first and second respectively, and now currently still running first and second, how they have been pretty much all night long. So, trying to see currently in third, and that number 8 Chevrolet. And side by side for fourth, real number under fire now from George Garcia. Oh, bit of contact. Sideways goes George Garcia. At least he save it. Yes. Nope, not quite yet. He saves it. Wow, what a great save by number 50 machine, George Garcia. And it looks like the 37 machine again going down the racetrack for some odd reason. However, that time was definitely a bit of net code, as you saw, as I was seeing Gale goes around the outside of the number 50 machine. But I'm not quite sure what exactly. I mean, I'm not quite sure why the 37 went down the racetrack like that. But you see the battle right here. 37 of Rover just goes down the racetrack, and you see there's no actual contact, but you see the 50 machine get affected by it. He gets turned sideways and power slides. The 37 then goes up, hits the outside wall, as he also gets affected by the net code. George Garcia then pretty much drifts the entire turns 1 and 2 before hanging on to the race car. So another amazing save here with the 50 machine. George Garcia is he's now falling all the way back behind number 48 machine of Stephen Gale. So that is currently Stephen Gale on the outside wall. As that was 9th place, now it's 8th place for him. Stephen Gale pancakes the outside wall. He's actually currently a lap, or 2 laps down, actually. So that's not for position, but number 48 machines continue to have issues here at Charlotte. So unfortunate, rough night for him so far here. Also, Canyon looks like he actually went to pit road, so I'm not quite sure what happened there to him, but he headed down pit road. Let me see the race leader, Andrew Singleton, that was number 22, so. And just one lap will mark halfway here from Charlotte. In the race and rate, the BHR JenMar Management Series, the All-Star here. However, this does count as a points race, just so you know. It's just the name of it is the All-Star, but it is not an exhibition race. It is an actual points-paying race. So, and it is also almost the last race of the chase. Talladega is technically the last race of the chase, but it's also the first race of the chase. So, Russell Caney can explain that to you better. I'm not fully understanding of it right now, but now it's across lap 80 here. On to lap 81, we're going to officially mark halfway in Charlotte here. So we're going to look at the race summary here so far. 8 laps completed, 8 laps remaining. Had 3 lead changes so far. That is both between the 22 and number 7 cars. They pretty much dominated here tonight. 4 cautions for 13 laps so far, so pretty clean and exciting race so far here. As number 22 machine, continues to lead here, and I'm going to make my prediction. 22 wins the race. I mean, I know he's a race leader currently, but him and the 7 have been really dominant here tonight, but 22 just seems to be faster. He seems to have the better car, especially on long runs, which is what we've had most of the night here, so it's pretty crucial to win this race. I feel like Austin Johnson is currently now found 2.3 seconds back from race leader Andrew Singleton, so, and then 5.5 seconds back to go to Trent Seed. Jeffrey Price, 7.2 seconds back, 8.3 seconds back, Ryan Worley, Road Armor, George Garcia, Kirk Mills, sees Stephen Gale right there. However, he's currently scored 2 laps down. Ryan Flanagan, and number 2 machine, Russell Candy, and 80, who actually just recently pitted for some certain reason, but as now completing lap 84 is number 22 machine, Andrew Singleton. And Singleton is actually kind of falling a bit behind here, 6.6 seconds back. Excuse me, Trent Seed. Currently in 3rd place. Jeff Price not far behind him. The Wool Machine Ryan Willie works his way back up to the field after almost spinning out earlier. The 50 George Garcia right there, Will Road Armor, of course, Will Sakani, and Stephen Gale. Maybe be a little bit biased towards that Paint scheme, but of course I love it because I'm a Johnson fan and I made that Paint scheme myself, so. So you can have the 90 you wanted, of course, but Kirk Mills actually currently scored a lap down as well in 9th. Ryan Flanagan actually is a lap down as well. And these guys maybe made some pit stops. I may have missed this actually. I didn't notice that, honestly. My apologies there. But looks like the last car actually on the lead lap is the 37. So Russell Caney, Kirk Mills, Ryan Flanagan, Stephen Gale, at least 1 lap down. So those guys, I believe, have all pitted so far here. The single thing is going to continue to lead here. The 42 laps so far here. It's only 4 shy of Austin Johnson, but looks like he'll probably lead those anyway, so. Next time by on mark completion on lap 90, so it'll be 70 laps to go. That's kind of like out of the 3.5 second lead is the number 22 Andrew Singleton right now. He's right on board with him, the current race leader. As he's intending to pretty much pace the field at this point. 3.5 seconds back is number 7 machine, Repulsor Austin Johnson. 7.7 seconds back is number 8 machine Trenton Steed. Then you have Ryan Willie, and I try to get around Jeffrey Price for that 4th position. Looks like he'll actually clear him off turn 2 and move up into P number 4. That's number 1 machine. Number 1 Cessna Chevrolet, Ryan Willie. So he moves up into 4th place. Jeffrey Price then falls back to the last spot in the top 5. George Garcia in 6th. Russell Kennedy a lap down. Actually making contact with the outside wall right there. Not good.
Caution.
Oh, caution flag comes out.
Alright, need to tell you about your car, bud.
I find who it's out for here. I can't seem to find it. Not sure, really sure what the caution flag came out for here. I'm trying to see. I don't know. League officials threw the caution flag, but there's no accident, so I'm not quite sure if it's competition caution I was unaware of or what. But let me try to find out here. So, league officials done the caution for debris in the track is what I'm hearing, so. So, I'll be trying to catch up the field here. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go away, right back. My Clever to Charlotte most suited for race rate of the BHR JenMar Mangement series here. But I go back green flag racing as I they're going to continue on, hold on to the race lead. Everybody pretty much staying the same at the pit stops. Green flag's out on our way here once again on the gas is number 22 machine. Avenger Singleton as the race leader. Trying to see you're going to lose a bit of time as Kirk Mills comes flying through the middle. To gain a bunch of spots here and might get black flag for passing under yellow or passing for the finish line. So you gotta be careful not to do that. We're gonna see what exactly happens with that there. I was trying to see now underneath Austin Johnson for that second position, but okay behind him, George Garcia almost get contact with Ryan Worley. Austin Johnson gonna fight back on the outside. It's not been any worse than second here tonight, so. So, almost with contact right there going to turn one. Looks like the 8 machine try to see that will prevail out of that battle. So I move that number 8 machine up to P number 2. As that's not the worst that Austin Johnson has been in this race. That's just to show how dominant he's pretty much been so far in this one. He's going to continue to hold on RC now as we go on to lap 100 here. 3 tenths of a second gap between first and second place. There's now 60 laps to go here, excuse me, from Charlotte. Ryan Flanagan trying to get around number 1 machine of Ryan Worley for that 4th position. George Garcia right there behind him. Looks like the 2 machine has the preferred lane on the outside. Looks like he might even take that spot away from Ryan Worley right here. Oh, George Garcia almost to the outside wall right there on the Larson line on the top. As Austin Johnson, Prussian number 8 machine for second place here. Side by side once again, Ryan Worley now working his way around to Ryan Flanagan. He's fighting back on the outside, however, for that 4th position. They're side by side. Ryan Flanagan will lead that time by at the stripe ahead. The 1 machine looks like actually will get clear for 4th place. So Ryan Flanagan got to hold on to that spot. Then Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. Oh, Kirk Mills having issues. Look back what happened to the number 4 machine. No caution flag came out. As, oh, looks like he got loose off of turn 4. Ended up sliding through the infield grass. Slides, spins it, locks it down, goes on a pit lane, keeps the car pointed in the right direction. That's a great save by that number 1 machine of, number 4 machine of Kirk Mills, but that will cost him a lot of times. Now almost contact there between 80 and 37. Looks like 80 gonna clip the grass. A repeat of earlier, but manages to keep it straight once again here. As now you see Jeff Price going around Stephen Gale down at 48 entry. And just looks in the main up front currently. Went most of this race. But 62 laps so far of the 108 completed. And the remaining laps, so of course led by another Austin Johnson, 46. So this guy's seeming to be the class of field. We're trying to see him stuck his way all the way up in the second here. So he's trying to establish himself as a contender here in this one. Ryan Flanagan currently in 4th place, also had a pretty good top 5 solid run tonight here. 2 seconds is the gap between 1st and 2nd place right now. Oh, I hear cars wrecking. Caution flag comes out for the 6th time tonight here. And it is out. Oh, the 4 of Kirk Mills once again. Oh, Stephen Gale piles into the 1 of Ryan Worley. It was not a complete stop, which Jeffrey Price may have also been involved. Can't quite tell what in the world happened. So look back what happened here to see. Oh, looks like contact between looks like contact and the French parallel wrecked what happened in the lap 1. Actually, no, George Garcia went down the track. There was net coach and him and Ryan Worley. Ryan Worley then gets right hooked into the outside wall head on at a really, really bad angle. Destroying his car. He done spin around like a top. And I guess Kirk Mills is spinning out as well. He actually got on the outside wall all by himself and spun the car out once, like he did earlier. So he's wrecked. And Stephen Gale comes in and doesn't see the parked car, and he tries to lock it up, but can't get it slowed down in enough time. As you see, you can't see the wreck, and then he finally sees the car that's wrecked. But he has to go around the 45 Jeffrey Price. All of a sudden, it's a parked car. He locks it up, and oh wow, hard hit, T-boned him pretty heavily there. So now we're gonna go on board with the number 1 machine of Ryan Worley. As he pretty much right hooked in the outside wall because of net code. So that's definitely very unfortunate for him. As you see, he's going along at a pass 50, and all of a sudden, wall. Spins around like a top, makes him dizzy. And he's sitting there, thinks it's all over, and all of a sudden, well, pow! And then gets his car back going in a straight direction again. Now we're gonna go. Let's look what happened to the number 4 machine of Kirk Mills. Here. As you see, he actually slid way at the racetrack. Even before the wreck even happens, he actually hits that wall and spins down on the pit lane. And then he sees the wreck up ahead of him. That's pretty wild here. As the caution flag here once again here tonight for the 6th caution flag of the night. Pit lights are out. Oh no, they're not. Never mind. So I just going to continue to lead here with less than 50 laps to go. Let's see if we can't get any word in it with him here. And just okay, got a copy.
Yes, sir.
So as you currently find yourself in the race leader for leading 66 of the 112 laps so far here Pretty much dominant night ever since he got to the front and in that position. So how do you feel about the car out there?
I think I have the quickest car. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'm pretty sure I have the quickest on a short run, and maybe on a long run. I seem to be a little bit tight on a long run, but I am like #1 throughout the entire run. So it's a really good car. This is a dominant car right now.
Yeah, we saw, of course, you qualified second behind the number 7 machine. You kind of stayed behind him for the first 40 or so laps there. Then you finally worked your way around him, clipped the apron, then you got back around him, of course, and you've pretty much led since that happened. So we've seen you kind of run a little bit different line. You kind of never actually went into the top lane on the long runs. You kind of been running the bottom the entire time. So let's talk about how the car handles on old tires and which lane you feel like is the fastest.
Yeah, so I would say high and low. So like high, and then you like slowly head low. Really well. It's a little bit loose, especially on a long run. I'm pretty sure that's for everybody. It's very loose. Now on a short run, it's tight, so it's very random. Like it's really weird, for sure. This track.
Alrighty, well, we're soon to figure it out how it works and coming up here and pretty much dominating. But wish you the best of luck here, Andrew, and maybe talk to you after.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, that was your current race here, Andrew Singleton and the number 22 machine. And it finds itself in P number 1. As pace car finds its way on the pit lane, and we just patriotic paint schemes to the green flag. It's contact under caution right there. 37 and 2 machine. Green flag's out and away here once again from Charlotte. And 3 wide at the start. Oh no!
Caution, caution. Talk to me, good footing up.
Race leader Andrew Singleton is right hooked on the start by Ryan Flanagan, Paolo Zane, Russell Caney. Everybody's wrecked. Kirk Mills, Real Road Armor. What in the world? What a tough break. It's right hooked on the green. I should stop interviewing people. I should just stop interviewing people. It never works. As Jeffrey Price actually now puts it behind the wall, so looks like his night is over. Tough break for him. But I mean, we saw the contact under caution there between the 37 and 2 machine. So like what happened here? So you see. It's 37. He bumps the 2 Ryan Flanagan, gets him out ahead, and he's running a corner panel of 22, but he never actually like breaks to fall back behind. He's still just right there on the 22, right there. And to get back going, and he tries to go through the middle and kind of jump the restart just a bit, and he ends up going down the track and hooking the 22 machine up the track into the 7. There's a both of those dominant cars. Then the 50 George Garcia, nowhere to go. 37 Will Road Armor, nowhere to go. Trying to see 6-2 in the bottom, gets the race lead out of it. You see Russell Caney, Kirk Mills, Jeffrey Price all wrecking right here. Hard hit for Jeffrey Price into the inside wall, into the 37, and into the 4 all at the same time. What in the world was that? The big one on the restart. And looks like now the 4 machine of Kirk Mills also is put behind the wall. So we got a couple of wrecked race cars here. I'm going to go on board now with number 2 machine Ryan Flanagan and see exactly what happened here. You see, you get going, he tries to go through the middle, hits the gas, gets it going, and just hooks his 22. Extremely aggressive restart, and obviously did not really pay out for him. So unfortunate for Andrew Singleton and everybody else involved there. Really know where to go. Trying to see did a great job of making through that accident though. You kind of see everything up ahead of him here. They get going, get up to the speed. I was saying it's 22 gets hooked, goes down way down on the bottom. They just miss it and make it through the accident. So you see that carnage up behind him. And got on board with number 4 machine of Kirk Mills. As just a final straw for him, I guess. We're gonna take it out. He too actually got one early, went up through the middle and They all arc up ahead of him, and 80 comes down into him, and that's all it takes right there. And oh wow, hard hit, and then said wall, pit road wall. The pace car comes through and even hits him. That is nuts. Look now at the chopper camera here. To look back at what happened here, and just two machine on Ryan Flanagan tried jumping it to try to get an advantage, and it just didn't work. And hooked the 22 machine, everybody piles in. Steven Gale looking through right there, going through the grass. Good job by him. And you see the junkyard on exit pit road right there. So different price. Others taken out, unfortunately for them, but now actually that two machine Ryan Flanagan finds himself in the race lead right now with a bunch of damage in that machine. So it's pretty interesting that he stayed out with all that damage, especially. So I guess now he finds himself in the race lead. Alright, related to its outside, Russell Caney behind. So pace car is in. And Ryan Flanagan on the gas. The Ryan's in the front row. The two machine gets a little bit of wheel spin right there, but leave that time by at the stripe and hold on to the race lead for now. Is with that damage, it's slowing him down. Russell Caney now pushing him as he works his way into turn 1. Side by side, Ryan Worley though with a big head of steam on the outside. He's got the 7 and 22 lined up behind him. The both fastest guys in the race so far here. Ryan Flanagan now trying to hold on to the inside lane. Looks like he'll fall back. Ryan Worley though gets tight. Gonna slide way up the racetrack. As they're side by side, come across that finish line. Ryan Flanagan will lead that time by at the stripe. Also, Katie trying to find a way around both these guys. He's currently sitting back there in third. Everybody extremely aggressive racing right now. Ryan Worley looks like he'll clear the number 2 machine, pull away with the race lead, and here goes. Oh, big move right there. Russell Caney almost gets himself hooked off of 8 machine's nose. He tries to go to the outside of Ryan Flanagan and follow suit with number 7, Andrew Singleton now to his inside. And that 22 machine. They're side by side for 4th. And Singleton trying to get around the 80 and the 2 at the same time here, but it's very tough to pass on the inside, as you heard. Looks like he's going to get to the inside of Ryan Flanagan, then going into turn 3. So he'll pass him as he cleaned back, so no harm, no foul there, I guess, on that restart incident. So less than 40 laps to go now. Just 39 to go here from Charlotte. Ryan Flanagan. Oh, the Ryan goes to 80 Russell Caney. Caution comes out once again. Steven Gale gets involved as well. And the 2 of Ryan Flanagan once again all involved in this accident. With just less than 40 laps to go here. And contact between him real armor there. See, he goes down the track, doesn't know the 37's right there on his left rear corner panel. 80 swings up the track into the 2 machine. Oh, Trent Seed also gets a piece of it right there. Then piles in the 48 of Steven Gale. Nowhere to go. So he's been involved in a lot of accidents here tonight, unfortunately. So they're going to go on board with that number 48. Lowe's Power of Pride Chevrolet. As he sees the contact right ahead of him, and put in the back of the 8, and that's where it goes. So, tough break for Steven Gale once again here, having a rough night. Gonna go on board now with the number 37 machine to see exactly what happened here from his angle. See, he jumps to the inside and very aggressively tries to put his nose in there, and it just really wasn't enough room as the gap was already closed pretty much, and turns around 80 of Russell Caney and putting out the caution flag once again here tonight, unfortunately, but so let's look at your caution flag here so far. 8 caution flags for 24 laps. If 8 legions so far, fast up the race is a 20.975, but some of these guys will head down pit road, it looks like. Rolling actually come off pit road with the race lead. Second place, Andrew Singleton. Austin Johnson have a big battle. Looks like Austin Johnson though will get it. There's Singleton going to come out in 3rd. Oh no, maybe speeding. I can't quite tell, but trying to see it off in 4th. And Russell Caney, Ryan Flanagan, George Garcia, and Steven Gale. Maybe not with any faster bursts left. They're both sending pit road getting their damage fixed. So maybe pretty big there, if that is the case, in fact. Looks like no penalty for 22 minutes tilting, so continue on with his way. As 37 in the race lead currently. Will he stay out or pit? That's the question here. Looks like he will head to pit road and get the race lead back to Ryan Worley, so. Let's see if we can't bring in that number 1 machine of Ryan Worley here into the broadcast booth. Oh, no, we can't because he's not in the Discord call. That's alright. No big deal. Well, we're going to go on a quick commercial break. Don't worry, right back.
So, you want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details.
Michael Lap here to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ryan Worley now in the race lead. As you guys getting set to go back green flag. Pace car is in. Ryan Worley gonna get on a loud pedal. Green flag is flying. Run away once again from Charlotte. Alright, Worley gets clear of Austin Johnson now. Head down by Sugar and Soonchen. The dominant car all night got taken out there on that restart, trying to regain the race lead back from Ryan Worley. He's right there on the rear bumper of the number 1 machine. Battle for third continues between Austin Johnson and Russell Caney. Trying to seed right there behind him in P number 5. As for the race leader, goes to 22, sticks his nose in there, but backs out of it wisely. Russell Caney now moves in. Oh, when he turns the 1 machine around, and they wreck behind once again, and again the caution flag will fly, and they wreck again.
Help it if we do get another restart.
Trying to see, goes into the inside wall. Oh boy. Well, I mean, 1 machine making contact with the 22 right there, and that's what caused an accident. 22 into the back of the number 1 machine and hooks him around, run a battle for race lead. See, just gets a good run off the corner and gets in the left rear corner panel of him and turns around over for the 8 Trinity to go. Teams bones him into the inside wall. They both go. I'm going to go on board with number 22 machine, Angel Singleton. And that's what all started this. So we're going to see if there was contact over, it was just net code, but see, it gets a good run, no, it was definitely contact. Just gets in the left for corner panel of him. That's all it takes. I'm going to go on board the number 8 machine to try to see here to see what happened as he got involved in this one. Well, I shouldn't see to see what happened, but see from his angle, I guess you could say. Sees the contact and there's one. Oh wow, nowhere to go at all. Into the inside wall he goes, then spins it and hits the inside wall a little bit more before finally kind of a stop. Tough break for trying to see Ryan Worley, everybody else involved there. And once again, caution precautions. And that is the caution number 9 here on the night. Well, Skane now finds himself in the race lead out of nowhere. First time he's led all night. And then a Brady machine. So now Pro has 30 laps to go in this one. Pace car lights are out, and the RIC.com official Ford Mustang pace car. Skane now leading the field with the green flag here the first time tonight. George Garcia on the outside. So new faces, new places up on the front first rows here. As you see Stephen Gale repairing the number 48 machines. He's back on track with the fast bear, but I don't think he has many left. He's been caught by a lot of accidents here, unfortunately for him tonight. Pace car is in. Ready to go back. Green flag now from Charlotte in the All-Star. Green flag is out and away here once again from Charlotte. Question is, will we see another caution? Or these guys sorted it out now? So 3 wide though for third. Now for fourth, and soon they're going to get clear of George Garcia. However, he'll move up into that position. Now is challenged by Ryan Worley in the number 1 machine. Soon it looks like he'll get around the outside of Ryan Worley. Hold on to that 4th position. Now battle for race lead. Will Burnham or the inside Russell Gainey for the race lead. Austin Johnson directly behind these two guys. Is 37 slides way up the racetrack, almost some contact. May have been some. As that Will Rodomer took over the race lead, but not for long. Austin Johnson making some big moves, trying to get around him. Will Rodomer will hold on to the race lead for now, but Austin Johnson directly behind him, so he'll actually look to the outside as he gets into second place. Will Rodomer will lead his first lap of the night here. Or excuse me, not his first lap, but first lap of the night under green flag conditions. Is now battle for second. And for the race lead, Austin Johnson now to the outside of Will Vernomer as Andrew Singleton is trapped behind that 37 on the bottom. Oh, they're blocking. It's not going to be good going into turn 3. So Kane now going to try to fight back on the outside and move his way back up into 30 here on the outside are Andrew Singleton and Will Vernomer. With just 25 laps to go now from Charlotte. Oh, contact to the 22 and the 80, and somehow they don't spin it. Great job, lots of wreck right there for the 22 and 80 machines. And that's 22 all of the remote of the 37 of Will Rodomer. Trying to find a way around him, excuse me. As the 37 gonna block the low side, the 22 goes up top, 80's gonna try to follow him here, or go to the bottom and try to pass him for that position. Oh, Warner now slides up in front of the 22. Van Singleton is probably getting pretty triggered here, angry. I shouldn't say triggered. He outside of the 37, he goes for second place now. As battle behind now for fourth. Ryan Worley at the inside of Russell Caney. Will Warner will hold on to that second spot for now. To the outside goes Andrew Singleton, now a 22 machine. He wants second place back. He dominated much of this night, much of this race. He's now going to cross the finish line in P number 2 on a scoring pylon, but will he get it on track and hold on to it here? As Stephen Gale is going to look onto this battle. Actually, he'll battle with number 8 machine himself, as now Andrew Singleton will get around Will Rodomer for that second position, as Ryan Worley still on the inside of Russell Caney for that fourth position. However, looks like that battle will be finished right here, right now. No, maybe not. One machine has a huge run off turn 4. It gets held up by the 80. He's now going to be side by side with the 48 of Stephen Gale. This time by will be 20 laps to go from Charlotte. It's 30 more miles, so not a lot of racing left to go here. So we've seen these guys get so aggressive. Is now old 8 Russell Caney on the apron. It's going to cause him to slide way up the racetrack with the 48 side by side with the 8. It's going to cause them both a little bit of time here. Trying to see, looks like he'll get around the 48 machine. Now here comes Ryan Flanagan to try to make that spot. Try to gain that spot. Steve Gale slides way at the racetrack. Almost some contact with Ryan Flanagan, but he managed to keep the cars off of each other. And now we're trying to see, goes to the outside of Russell Caney for that 5th position now. As Ryan Flanagan looking on with them as he's trying to get a good run right here. Oh, very close. Almost hooks to the 88 machine right there, but somehow they managed to keep off each other. So now Ryan Flanagan looks to the inside of Russell Caney for 6th. So he'll take that spot away. Now Stephen Gale has not really run this close to being in the front all night, but now he's trying to battle the 80 machine right here and the 2 for 6th and 7th place. It looks like he'll actually pass Russell Caney for 7th. However, he slides way up the racetrack. Oh, no! Oh, they're all dead. They're dead. They're dead. That was the worst possible angle for them all to wreck. I think Stephen Gale may be out of the race. Ryan Flanagan, this car is destroyed. And, yeah. That was a really, really violent hit. That is for sure. Yeah, looking back to cause the death of these two drivers. The two of Ryan Flanagan just got on the outside roll off the corner, so down the racetrack right in front of Stephen Gale and Russell Caney, and then kind of overcorrected at the same time, caused them to get hit by the 48, who then gets hit by the 80. They all go into the wall absolutely head on at 160 miles an hour, and the 80 pushes the 48 into the wall again. They both launch off each other, and it just death ensues. And Charlotte is apparently now known as the death place. These guys' graves will be buried in the infield, as they are 110% dead in this race. So I'm on board now, I guess, with Stephen Gale for his last few moments of life here. Towards the outside wall. Ow. Wow. That is crazy. That is vicious hit between all those three drivers. They hit that wall at the worst possible angle, and that's the way it usually goes. Here at Charlotte, they all wreck at the worst angle in the front stretch. So, yeah. Scanning looks like he'll land on no 4s there. But Stephen Gale actually still in his race car, Russell Caney. So they actually may be out of the race, as they don't have any fast numbers left, I don't believe. So those two drivers are out of the race after Garcia with a tore up race car. Even still, so this time that'll be 15 laps to go when the race isn't even gone by green yet. I want to take a quick commercial break. Don't worry, right back.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
The yellow flag is out. Pit road is now open. Keep your eye on those gauges. We'll give you 4 tyres. 3, 2, 1, now. We're done. Get going.
Back live here to Charlotte Motor Speedway. These guys about to go back. Green flag here with just 13 laps to go. We'll be seeing another caution. Will it go green from here on out? That is the question here. Racing rate of the BHR JenMar Management Series. The All-Star. Space car is in. Ryan Worley really feels the green flag here once again with Angel Swinton on the outside. Green flag's out and away once again from Charlotte, and Beckett actually is there. connection issues, excuse me, by the number 1 machine. Ryan Roller will cost the 22 some time as he didn't really know where he was going to go. So this is a tough break for the 22 Angel Sultan, and that looks like he'll actually fall back to 3rd place behind Austin Johnson. Trying to see right there behind him as well. And really continue to have some connection issues down at that Chevrolet. The only repeat winner so far this season is that number 1 machine. Is currently out front as they're side by side for 2nd. Angel Singleton, Austin Johnson. Just 12 laps to go here from Charlotte. I'm really blocking Austin Johnson. Very aggressive down by Chevrolet. Haven't reached 10 to go yet. We're already blocking. Oh boy. Alright, Relay now has the Cardinals outside to kick him up. Austin Johnson on a right corner of Ryan Relay for the race lead. And Singleton right there behind him as well. And there's running 22 machine. Again, the 7 and the 22 have pretty much dominated all night. Oh, Ryan Will gets loose off turn 2. And Singleton now gets to his outside. This time by only 10 laps to go. And he will be the victor in this one. Oh, Ryan Will again getting loose off turn 4 now. It clips the grass. Gonna go sideways. Does he save it? Gets airtime. Oh, and he saves it. Great save of Ryan Worley, but it's going to cost them a considerable amount of time. It looks like actually Stephen Gale did have a fast pair as we turned back at the racetrack just he lost a lot of time by towing, so he actually went 2 laps down. Russell Caney is actually retired from the race, it looks like, so tough break for... Oh, he's right there, never mind. He also, has a lot of damage. Kind of scored 2 laps down, but Austin Johnson about to put Ryan Flanking now a lap down with just 9 laps to go here from Charlotte. Can the 22 Andrew Singleton catch him for the race win here? Got a huge run down the back straightaway here. With just 8 laps to go. He's able to head off turn 4 as a lift just a little bit. Gets right in that draft with number 7 machine right there. 8 laps to go now from Charlotte. That's 69 laps so far here tonight. He wants to lead that last one. Gets a pretty good run right here off turn 2. But too far back to make anything happen as of yet. Again, once we reach 5 to go, the Scotch flag flies. We'll end the race under the yellow as, oh, big wash up with the 22 right there. To check up just a bit, but the 7 actually lost more time than the 22 did through that corner. So the 22, oh, he clips David just a bit. Angel Singleton getting everything out of the racetrack as he possibly can. As Will Ronomer currently in 3rd place, Trenton Seed in 4th. Ryan Worley switching back up to 5th. George Garcia 6th. Stephen Gale and Russell Caney both getting taken out in that accident. Currently 8th and 9th actually. As I may have missed the spots. My apologies there, but got 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Then you have the number 50 machine in 6th. Oh, 48 Steve Gale actually in the outside wall. And you have Ryan Worley 1 lap down, almost about to be 2 laps down here. But coming off turn 4, oh, 5 laps to go, and the 22 puts it into the outside wall. 5 laps to go, the caution flag comes out, and now the race will be over. The 22 stuffs it in the wall off turn 4, and that might just cost him the race. He's now 8/10, so it's like a gap between now 9/10, so pretty much the second lead the 7 machine has. It's pretty much his race to lose now at this point. Angel Singleton, or excuse me, Austin Johnson had a tough break at Watkins Glen, if I do believe, where he was leading, lost connection, and wasn't able to recover from it, obviously, going several laps down. Just 4 laps to go now from Charlotte. He might be able to redeem that as long as he holds off that 22 machine who stuffed it in the wall trying to push the car to catch back up. He's now 1.2 seconds back, so unless this 7 machine makes a huge mistake, he pretty much has this win locked up. Three laps to go now from Charlotte. Got a 1.5 second lead over Angel Singleton. So 66 laps of the night. So these guys are actually tied for laps led with both 69 laps led, just to show up both how dominant both these drivers were tonight. Qualified first and second. The guy who qualified first is going to try to finish first here. We led 67 laps so far here with just 2 laps to go. He's works his way off of turn 4. 2 laps to go from Charlotte for this number 7 machine. Section on the battle for second will go Andrew Singleton, about to get passed for second by Will Rodomer. Again, he stuffed it in the wall off turn 4, and it pretty much cost him a shot to win as Ryan Worley works his way around, trying to seed for 4th in the closing laps here. But just one more time around for this number 7 machine of Austin Johnson. 1 lap to go from Charlotte for the number 7 machine. 3, 1, and 2 for the final time here. Down the back straightaway he goes. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time here. He wants to get his first victory on the season. He comes off turn 4, and Austin Johnson will be your race winner here from Charlotte. Second place will be Andrew Singleton, just at a Will Rodomer in 3rd, Ryan Worley in 4th, Trent Seed 5th, and George Garcia, last car on the lap, in 6th. As the fireworks go off here from Charlotte, the number 7 machine goes to victory lane. See if we can't get it in with him here. The race winner, Austin Johnson, going to come onto the front straightaway here and celebrate.
Found out shortly.
Austin Johnson, you got a copy?
Yes.
Well, Austin, first off, congratulations on your first win on the season, and I believe first career victory, if I'm not mistaken here. It's a pretty wild night there. We saw both you and the 22 machine both lead the equal number of laps, lead the most amount of laps here tonight, so pretty dominant performance by both of you guys. And the pole sitter, of course, was you, and you managed to pull it off AMP number 1 where we started the night. Just talk about the restart there and the closing laps to get around the guys ahead of you and to hold off the 22 there.
Well, it was kind of heart beating really fast because I haven't gotten a win in a while. I think my last one was the season, or last season, and it's just crazy to be honest.
Yeah, we saw the 22 machine kind of right there in your tail for much of the last closing laps there, but then about 6 or 7 laps to go, he pretty much pancaked the wall off turn 4, and he pretty much secured the victory at that point. Just talk about trying to hold him off there and battle with him throughout the night, as you both seem to be pretty equally fast.
Yeah, I was kind of getting scared because he was gaining on me, and then when he hit the wall, it was a big sigh of relief, and it was kind of difficult to get around the one car. I think he was blocking a lot, try to keep the lead, but we were way faster than him because we had 4 tires and he only took 2.
Alrighty, well, any sponsors, thank you, shout-outs, we'll give you the body director lane here tonight.
Not really.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on the victory, Austin. Go celebrate, and talk to you later.
Thank you.
As you never, 7 machine race winner here tonight, Austin Johnson. Now the man who finished in 2nd place. Andrew Singleton, the Brendan Brockers booth now.
I'm gonna go back and watch that.
Andrew Singleton, got a copy. So, Angie, you find yourself in 2nd place after pretty wild night here tonight from Charlotte. You and the 7 machine pretty much led the field in every category, qualifying times, practice laps, and laps led. You both led 69 laps apiece, so obviously either way, one of you guys deserved the win and finish your 1-2 here tonight where you started. Just talk about your battle there, trying to catch him and the contact of the wall that kind of hurt your chances of victory.
One step before that, I was in the lead, got wrecked on the start. I wasn't mad about that, but I was mad about Ryan blocking me. I don't know if you saw that with I think it was like lap 130, and I wrecked him. And I'll tell you right now, I did not mean to wreck him. I'm pretty sure it was netcode. Anyways, on that last restart, I was beside Ryan, and I got a terrible start. and Ryan blocked yet again. Um, and I was trying too hard, and I just hit the wall. I shouldn't have been trying that hard, but man, I was a little angry, and I shouldn't have been. But it happens. Um, yeah.
Yeah, certainly. We saw you pull away, even when everybody was on equal tires. You kind of pull away there, and it showed that you would be the dominant car here tonight. Even though the 7 put up a pretty good fight all night long. And then of course those cautions kind of flew, and you got hooked on the start. From there, it kind of went in a roller coaster for you. But overall, pretty good night for you. You qualified second, finished second to the guy who started on pole and finished first. So either way, both you and the 7 were both really fast. But you managed to handle the second place. Just talk about the first half of the race. Do you feel like you had the win locked up, or did you know that there was going to be something that maybe go your way that will hurt you?
I mean, I had a fast car all night. It was just I sort of assumed something was about like I sort of expected it, to be honest. I sort of expected it. I was sort of and you know so yeah, I was expecting the wrecks at the end, but around I think the first like 90 laps were fine, perfect. Yeah, it was great. Unfortunately, we had a caution thrown at 90. It is what it is for nothing, but I mean, it's okay. But yeah, I thought I had a winning car, and I really did. Um, but stuff happened, and I finished second. It's all right with me, honestly. I'm not mad or anything about second. Second's perfectly fine with me. Congrats to Austin for winning, though. That's really cool. He had a fast car anyways, so it's all right with me. Um, yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsor on my car, Top Shelf Diecast, for sponsoring me. And yeah, other than that, nothing else to say.
Alrighty, well, Angie, congratulations on a good, solid night and a run-up finish for you. Talk to you later, potentially.
Yes, sir. 10-4. Thank you very much.
And that was your run-up finish here tonight. Andrew Singleton in the number 22 machine. But now your third place finish, number 37, Will Ronomer. We're going to open the broadcast booth now. Got a copy, Will?
Yep.
So, Will, you kind of ran much bid pack, started back in 8th place, and kind of stayed your way out of trouble for much of the night, and ended up getting your way all the way up into 3rd place here for much of the closing laps there, and a pretty solid top 5 run there towards the end of that one. Let's talk about your battle there, trying to catch Andrew Singleton right before the finish, and how you were able to work your way up to the front there.
Well, to be honest with you, I was pretty bad tonight. I didn't practice very much beforehand, and I ran a like 8th place qualifying lap. For most of the race, I just kind of stayed in the back. On the first green flag run, I almost fell a lap down because I hit the wall 3 separate times, and after that, I just kind of stayed around 7th or 8th, and then at the end, we had some sort of huge wreck, and I managed to get up 3rd. And then I stayed there, and we had another caution, and looked like I was going to get 4th, but Trenton Sneed in front of me hit the wall, and I was able to pass him. And when I heard the 22 say he hit the wall, I thought I could have an opportunity, but I just couldn't really get there in the end.
Yeah, we certainly saw a lot of wrecks there, especially towards the end as it got kind of aggressive. We saw a lot of blocking there towards the end.
Yeah.
Obviously you worked your way up to 3rd, and I didn't see you get involved in too many instances here tonight. Of course, you got involved in a couple that weren't your fault. But let's talk about how the way it went for you as far as missing the wrecks went.
Well, most of the wrecks that happened around me were kind of out of my way, but there was one wreck, I can't remember what lap. It was like lap somewhere from lap 50 to 80, where there were 2 cars spinning, and I slid my car to sandwich in between them, and I ended up not doing anything. So that's one I'm gonna have to save and watch later. But yeah, it just seemed like everyone was on edge. Ryan Worley took tires a lot and did a lot of blocking, and there was a lot of tension and stuff. I just kind of generally tend to stay out of that. Just better to keep your race car clean and not have someone mad at you that wants to wreck you later.
We certainly did that here tonight. But to go along here and close the interview, any special shout-outs, thank you, sponsors by your home to a podium finisher tonight?
Not really. Just a fun race, and I'm glad I was able to get up to third.
Alright, well, congratulations again on that third place finish, Will, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Alrighty, that was your third place finish here tonight, Will Romer in the number 37 machine. I'll take a look at your results here, top to bottom on LCTV. Alice Johnson will pick up the victory here tonight. And Hamilton in second, Will Romer third, Ron Rowley in fourth. Trying to see rounds out your top five. George Garcia, last car on the lead lap in sixth. Ryan Flanken will finish seventh, one lap down in the number 2 entry. Stephen Gale had a pretty rough night, got caught in I think all but like a couple of accidents here tonight, so tough break for the number 48 machine. He'll finish in 8th, 2 laps down. Ross Kinney, 3 laps down, and 9th for Price over on your top 10. Finished 11th place here tonight. Kirk Mills, and 12th place, Richard Higgins Jr., who did not set the race. He'll finish this in 12th. If you appreciate watching here tonight, make sure to check us out tomorrow night at Sports Xfinity Series, also from Charlotte, so we got some more Charlotte racing to do here this weekend. We appreciate you all watching. LCTV, signing out.